Good morning, everybody in the YouTube world. Thanks for watching and tuning in today. We are finishing up the filming of an amazing video that you guys will be able to see on Friday. We've been working through it tirelessly. AJ picked the content. This is the content, and y'all are going to absolutely love it if y'all are into some special option, rare and unusual square body trucks. Let's get the day started. We got a lot to talk about. Guys and girls, we have a 1948 Austin. That's what it's titled as. You guys that are experts on this generation car can tell me more than I can tell you because I'm not from this generation. And I usually start with, hey guys, but obviously on this case, it might be hey more girls with the color. And it was actually previously owned by a fairly famous female. So you guys may recognize this car. This car we purchased from the Cletus McFarland auction, along with lots and lots of other things. And we did not buy most anything to sell. Matter of fact, I don't think we've sold anything from the collection. This will be the first one we will be selling. And the only reason, the unfortunate reason, is we're not going to have time to do what I wanted to do with this car. Now, it is titled. I do have a title for a 1948 Austin. It does have an 8-lug rear. This car was owned by Britney Atwood, Roman Atwood's wife. And he had a car, she had a car, and they did a burnout contest at the Freedom Factory. This was actually the first vehicle we bought that day. It was car number 2 in the auction. You guys can go back and see what we paid for it. Then we transported it from Florida, and we got it running. And our plan, and unfortunately our plan, another demise to our plan, is our playground area, our local drag strip, has just been sold. I don't have the pool there that I once had, so we can't go there and just goof off and have fun. I wanted to put a set of super sticky Mickey Thompson rear tires. I was going to throw a Mickey Thompson logo on here, and we were going to go do some wheelies. The main reason I bought this car is it's a big block under the hood. Let's go ahead and show it. And it does run now. And I don't know what my guys had to do to get it running, but I don't think it was a whole lot. I think the car just been sitting. It's got a fuel pump in the back. The battery's in the back. The big block is set way back. And there's some hokey pokey, welding and stuff that's not the greatest. But for what we wanted to do with it, it was fun. And we did do some burnouts. It will do a nasty burnout. And you can see the tires are just about shot. It does include a brand new set. Heck, those tires we probably should save because they are white letter BF Goodrich TAs that I don't think you can get anymore. But they go with this car, so they're going to go with the car. We got them with the car. We're giving them away with the car. Now, yes, you just saw me open the door. I opened the rear door, but it is the front door or the only door of this car. Let's fire her up, AJ, and let's see what this thing sounds like. And I fit in it, so most people should be able to. Fuel pump's on. Got about 60 pounds of oil pressure. Fires right up. Fuel might be a little bit stale, but not too bad. It does have an alternator on it, so this car could be really fun. If you want to make a little street ride out of it, you could cut the lights in. You'd have to put some wiring for some headlights, and you definitely need to clean up a little bit of this welding, just in my opinion, to make everything safe. Looks like it's even got a line lock. Good thing one of y'all didn't hit that button because we'd really be screwed. Line lock to drum brakes, that's weird. But Offenhauser intake, big block motor, didn't decode the motor, know nothing about it. It's just a big block, could be a 396, 454. I don't know. Sounds good. Hooker headers. Also got another little, I don't know what that is. Just noticed that. Alternator's over here. Looks like a little old generator. Little small aluminum radiator, electric fan. Again, all we've done is get it running, did a couple little burnouts, and done nothing else. And we don't have time. As busy as the schedule is going to be, we could take it back down to Freedom Factory, do some burnout contests. There's some other burnout contests up north, down south. we're just not going to have time. We're tired of pretending we are. I hate to let this car go because it's not an expensive car. And it's going to be $9,500, right, AJ? $9,500. Oh, it's got a sunroof. Look at that. And currently, you guys can come take all the pollen home from Richmond, Virginia you want to. We're giving it away for free. So y'all come get all you want. But when this car's washed up, it looks pretty good. Look at it. Show it right here, AJ. It's actually like a metallic mauve-ish purple color. It does have the Zeus fasteners that hold the front end on. Slot mags. Somebody probably really liked those front wheels. But it's kind of like an altered body. I think these are also like what they use in one of the NASCAR series bodies. I really don't know. You sit in it funny. You sit way back. But with you having the weight back there, the motor being back, this thing should transfer weight pretty freaking cool. And I don't think there's any imperfections to the body other than just paint chips. We did have it washed up. It does have a kill switch. The battery and the fuel cell are in the back. No, the body's actually in great shape. Of course, it's not going to rust because it's all... Is some of it metal? Some of it is metal. That's weird. All right, well, learn something new every day. So you guys put in the comments if you know it's something different than a Austin. I was calling it an Anglia. All these cars run together in my opinion, but it's definitely has some weird body work, body shaping. This is definitely fiberglass. So I guess it's a combination of fiberglass and metal. It's got a Flaming River steering shaft, an Excel coil. Just trying to point you there. And we should, you know, if we were good salesmen, we would take time to clean all this stuff up, you know, like extra 3 minutes and show you nice shiny valve covers when you open the hood. Might give this as a project for Alvin, but we're going to put it on the web, $9,500. That's pretty much covering me moving it, buying it, getting it home, spending my guys' time on it for a little bit, and we can definitely help you with shipping. So if you're interested, reach out. Britney Atwood's / Cletus McFarland's weird car for sale. Come by it, guys, because we don't have anywhere to put it. So we just finished filming the cool Cletus McFarland Britney Atwood car there. We got another little arrival I'm getting ready to give Dave, but I want to show y'all guys something. I tell y'all we try our best to use all factory components when we can. So these are door pockets. They're going on a truck that the door pocket is literally stretched out of place and looks terrible. Now these are used. Here's the cool part. Shows the day and month and year of manufacture and that it was blue and the part number from GM. You even got the little push pieces. You can see how they assembled it. Even the factory didn't do everything with robots back in the day. But these are in a far, far better shape than the ones we have on that truck. They're not all stretched out and weird. So we're able to find a pair of them for that. So anytime we can source, and I don't think it's even understandable. I know Brian spends time online, Daniel spends time online, but the time that I spend online tracking down pieces like this. Now, I also track down some pieces for 3-wheelers and 4-wheelers and stuff because you just don't never know when you're going to need it. And we stockpile stuff like this. I didn't have any of these, so we actually ordered these in. Perfect color for the truck that we need them for. So that's going to be excellent. We'll get those put on. But it is so hard to track and find this stuff. And we always like to use factory items as much as possible for any of our builds. And a lot of times you hear us talk about refinishing factory parts. That means we might take a fender and redo it so that we don't have to use a aftermarket fender. We can use an original fender. Try to find a nice rust-free one, make sure it's dent-free, and just strip it and repaint it. Same way with parts for doors and cables, latches. We try our best to use all factory components in every way, shape, and form. So here's some more parts getting ready to go on this beautiful blue truck. Let's show them that truck real quick, AJ. So guys, by the time this airs, I'm not sure if this video has gone through yet or not, but we're getting ready to do a decoded and working on a decoded VIN video for these particular trucks right here because they show you some really cool stuff that you really don't see very often. So if you haven't seen that video yet, be looking for it. AJ has really got stuff organized in here, looking good. And the blue Suburban, the first time somebody takes and looks at that truck, it is going to be out of here. It is a spectacular specimen. Is the blue short bit in here somewhere that these are going on? You got it hiding from me? There it is, hiding in the corner. So this blue truck is exactly where these are going to go. Unfortunately, it had just enough rain to make it look terrible in the paint, but I just wanted to show y'all what a difference this is going to make. See how that's hanging open? You see the way the screws go? This right here is just going to be the finishing touch. Fit right up on there nice and tight. No more droopy. That's going to be nice. So we'll get Dave to finish that up. And we had a couple people ask recently about the 70s body style. We are trying to concentrate more on those. They are incredibly hard to find. You find a lot of these trucks and you can just, things you can look at like this extra little line here. They fill it all up with Bondo. It is so tough to find good specimens. It's getting harder and harder to find good specimens on square bodies, but these 67 to 70 model trucks are getting increasingly hard to find. Did we get pictures updated on this one? If you guys did not see this truck yet, AJ's updated the pictures on the website. You ought to go look at it now. Pictures were a little bit deceiving of the color red. It's actually a hugger orange. The interior's been cleaned. The air conditioning's hooked up. Everything's been done on this truck now. So the photos online are much more pleasing and proper. So that is 100% awesome as well. SEMA Blazer is going to start to see some more sunlight. We've got 2 shows booked with it already, so that's going to be awesome. I do not think, for those that have asked, and a lot of people ask actually, don't think we're going to take this one to the Rods and Custom show at the beach. The reason is obviously the chrome. I don't want this vehicle to be susceptible to the salt, air, rain, and saltiness just in general at that event, because you can just imagine what it would take to bring it back to life if all that stuff got tarnished or wet. So we're going to do our best to preserve this one and unfortunately not take it. So it's a handful. So we're going to do our best to hit the shows where it's not going to be detrimental to the vehicle. So, and we've got to do a couple little magnets and other things. Is that one in the truck? The one thing about having all these cool little extra features is you got to take in time to put them on and take them off and everything. So it is a little bit of extra headache every time we mess with it, but it does add a nice touch being able to look up there, because if you can't look under the hood, if you're not tall enough, at least you can look there and see everything. So pretty freaking neat. Thanks, guys. All right, guys, come along for a little test drive video on this black Chevy. Now, this black Chevy, to understand the confusion, and for a couple of you that may see this video and be like, well, daggone it, I was interested in that truck. This truck was sold. It was sold to one of our customers that's bought several vehicles from us, and he had a trade-in that he was interested in trading towards this truck. Normally, we don't do that, but he said, hey, I got interested in trade-in, and I'll be back in town from Texas. And he was traveling, and I said, no problem. A couple day hold, no big deal. We've done plenty of business. And he did not back out on the deal. Unfortunately, the deal changed because the vehicle he was going to bring us blew up. So that didn't work out so good. So we now have this black 87 V-Series V10. Small block, that sounds great. Short bed, on boggers, is available. Okay, so we're riding along pretty smooth. Right now, we are on crossover steering, we are on a track bar system truck, we are on 35 boggers, 12 wide wheels, and about 8 inches of lift. 5 shocks on this truck. The speedometer needle is broken, so that could be rebuilt, but that is not operating properly. We do have very good oil pressure. Our temperature is rising. Our voltage gauge is good. In this yesterday, I know we do have good AC. We've got a small crack in the dash right here. We do have an aftermarket radio, and I also noticed while I was in here yesterday, we have enough wire to run around the world and back again. So this truck probably before had a speaker box and some amps and some other things. And on one point in its life, that stuff has been removed. You could rewire pretty easily. It does have an OBS console right here. These seats are pretty comfortable. They are aftermarket seats. You got a window strip band here. For some states that may or may not be plausible. You might have to shorten it up a little bit. Cal induction steel hood. Turning radius is great. We just whipped a very tight U-turn, and we have had the steering column pulled apart on this truck. Everything is tight. There is no play in the steering wheel. The signal lights were not operating properly. Now they are. We had the stem put in it. The horn works. The tilt works. Big major problem with these. Probably spent almost a day in this steering column perfecting everything the way it was supposed to be. But thankfully, TJ was able to take the time to do it and got it done. Seat belts, tinted windows, visors, headliner. I didn't check to see if the dome light worked when we opened the door. We won't do that quite yet. Unless AJ went open your door so you need to flip out. And this speed, probably not the best idea. Solid back window. Hang on a second here. Does not work by the switch here. We'll check it when we open the doors. Headlights do work. All the lights, all the bulbs, everything else has been checked on the truck as proper for inspection. Oil was changed. And it is a really, really, really good run in the small block in this truck. We'll step down a little bit here. Probably not going to be able to hear it real well because of the tires, but it does sound good. The man over there was snapping his neck. He heard us coming up the road, so it definitely sounds good on the outside of the truck. We'll get out, we'll do a quick walk around while it's idling, because again, this is a great running truck. It actually needs to be on the other side of the road, so we'll slip it over there. You can see the signal light indicator is flashing because we're going to the right, flashing to the left, and we'll put this bad boy right out here, looking good, along with all of its Squarebody brothers and sisters. And if you guys haven't seen any of these other trucks, all these other ones are up on the website too. A few of them up here to be sold and possibly leaving over the next few days, but we'll determine that as it happens. You got a lot of the Squarebodies out today. Yeah. Looking good around here. Let's pop out, listen to it on the microphone here. See if you can get a good sound on it. You have it on. I don't have a microphone on. Okay. Alright guys, so there is your 87 V Series, 10 Series, 8-inch lift, 35s. Sitting next to another monster. Same price point on both of these trucks. On 39 Series 1, Generation 1 Mickey Thompson Bajas. Sitting next to a set of the Baja belted 2s. That's a set of Baja belted 1s. 14 wide wheels. Looking good. That's a great truck. AJ's got that on the website. Check it out. If you got any questions on this particular truck, let us know.